This is Mountaintop History, a podcast produced by the Thomas Jefferson Foundation at Monticello.
Mountaintop History brings forward meaningful stories from this historic home and plantation, from the past and from the present.
My name is Kyle Chattelton.
And I'm Olivia Brown.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you'll learn something new. After Thomas Jefferson's death, a Jewish American naval officer named Uriah Phillips Levy bought Monticello with the intention of preserving it as a monument to Jefferson. But while Levy admired Jefferson's life and accomplishments, Levy also had an incredible story. Danna Kelley, an associate guide and supervisor at the Thomas Jefferson Foundation, explains.
Uriah Phillips Levy was a fifth-generation American, a fierce patriot, a proud Jew, and a proud sailor. Born in Philadelphia in 1792, Levy was always drawn to the sea, and at age 10 he ran away to be a cabin boy on a trading ship, later working as a sailor on various schooners. At 20, he joined the Navy, where he served valiantly in the War of 1812. That was the start of Uriah Levy's 50-year, colorful, tumultuous Navy career. Why tumultuous? Because Levy, intelligent, pugnacious, and determined, did not tolerate bigotry, and the Navy was rife with anti-Semitism. And when Levy found himself the butt of an ugly epithet, he retaliated. For example, in 1816, he was challenged to a duel by Officer William Potter. Levy allowed Potter to fire his pistol at him 5 times before returning a shot, repeatedly trying to satisfy honor by firing into the air. But when Potter's final shot nicked Levy's ear, he lost patience, saying to Potter's friends, "Gentlemen, stop him, or I must." They didn't, so Levy fired 1 shot, killing his fellow officer. Uriah Levy was court-martialed 6 times during his career and kicked out of the Navy twice, and he always managed to get reinstated. One time he was court-martialed because he refused to have his crew members flogged as punishment. Today, Levy is credited with abolishing the cruel system of flogging in the U.S. Navy. He was supported in that campaign by no less than Herman Melville, the author of Moby Dick. So in spite of many setbacks, Levy steadily rose up the ranks and became the first Jewish commodore in the U.S. Navy. When not aboard ship, Levy lived in New York City, where he'd made a fortune in real estate and was a generous philanthropist for Jewish causes. And it was in 1834 that Uriah Levy bought the former home of Thomas Jefferson with the intent of preserving Monticello for the future, which he did.
This has been another episode of Mountaintop History, a collaboration podcast between WTJU and the Thomas Jefferson Foundation.
This episode of Mountaintop History was made possible in part by a major grant from the National Endowment for the Humanities. Join us for new episodes every 2 weeks on Apple and Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and the Virginia Audio Collective.
To learn more about Monticello or to plan your next trip, visit us online at monticello.org.